the Chi-Town experience on the flight. Let me go tune in to Keek on the mic. He gon' make sure we get our news and highlights. When you get on YouTube, you better hit the like.
General Manager Ryan Poles just added a new wrinkle of the Chicago Bears possibly trading down in round one of the 2025 NFL Draft. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. So, Bears fans, we are only a couple of weeks away from the 2025 NFL Draft, and we have talked about every single scenario of what Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears could possibly do with the number 10 overall pick. And one big possibility is Ryan Poles and the Bears trading down from number 10 overall. There is a whole lot of talent if you trade back in round one. Guys like Kenneth Grant, Amarion Hampton, maybe Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss. The possibility is always there, but at the end of the day, it just depends on how the draft board falls. A lot of people understand that Ryan Poles is not afraid to trade back. He has done it multiple times. He actually did it twice in 2023, where he moved from number 1 to number 9, and then number 9 to number 10. So we all know that Ryan Poles is not afraid to trade back in the NFL draft if the opportunity presents itself and it makes sense for the Chicago Bears organization. But the problem is a lot of people are unsure if Ryan Poles is open to doing it actually this year in the 2025 NFL draft. He actually offered an interesting update on the idea of the Chicago Bears trading down. He had this to say: "For where we are at right now, I'm not confident exactly where the first 9 picks are going to fall," Poles said, "but that's something that we'll look into, and we'll definitely weigh the options of, hey, if we can move back and collect a certain pick in this range, could that be really beneficial for us as well? So yeah, that will be in play." Once again, Ryan Poles is always thinking on how he can help the Chicago Bears get better. If that's staying put at number 10 and taking the best player available, that's exactly what he will do. If that is trading back, adding some maybe draft capital around 2 or around 3, or maybe of next year's NFL draft and still land a very good player in round 1 of this year's draft, he will also do that. I trust Ryan Poles fully to make the right decision. And once again, the options are endless for the Bears because of how Ryan Poles attacked free agency. He is just trying to find the best player available in round 1 of the 2025 NFL draft. But at the same time, we've been talking about this. It all depends on how the draft falls. Once again, the expectation is that Cam Ward is going to go to Tennessee, but the real big wild card here is where is Shedeur Sanders going to go? Right now, the only place that really makes sense for him is if he gets drafted by the New York Giants. If the Giants pass on Shedeur Sanders, he is going to fall down the draft board. And yeah, you have teams like maybe the Saints or the Raiders, but there's no guarantee. So there's a good chance that if Shedeur Sanders doesn't get picked at number 3 to the New York Giants, he's probably going to drop to number 10 to the Chicago Bears, which would be a perfect scenario for Ryan Poles and the Bears to maybe look for a trade down to a team trading up to try to land a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders. So that's the only scenario where I see the Chicago Bears trading back. Or if no one is there available, if Tyler Warren is gone, if Ashton Jeanty is gone, if Will Campbell is gone, if those top 3 players are gone, which I believe those are going to be the 3 players that are high on Ryan Poles and the Bears draft board, then I can also see him trading down and still trying to land a guy like Kenneth Grant, Amarion Hampton, Walter Nolan, maybe James Pierce, maybe Mike Green, edge rusher out of Marshall. Those players will be in play and a trade back option for the Chicago Bears. Once again, I wanted to come on here really quick and just give you guys this update. Let me know what you guys would do if you were in Ryan Poles' shoes. Do you want to see the Bears trade back for a guy like Amarion Hampton or Kenneth Grant? Or are you guys hoping that he stays put at 10 and is able to land an Ashton Jeanty, Tyler Warren, or Will Campbell? Let me know down below in the comment section. But Bears fans, before I let you guys go on today's episode of Keek on the Mic, I also want to offer another scenario where Ryan Poles and the Bears trade back up into the first round. Once again, this is a hypothetical scenario. In this scenario, I have the Bears actually landing Ashton Jeanty, running back out of Boise State, with the number 10 overall pick. But then they trade back up into the first round, all the way up to pick number 17 with the Cincinnati Bengals, where they give up pick 39 and 41 and a third-round pick in 2026, and they get pick 17 and pick 81 in round 3, which would then give them 2 third-round picks in the 2025 NFL Draft. They trade all the way up to land Kenneth Grant, defensive lineman out of Michigan. So you get your running back, you get another guy in Kenneth Grant that is really, really good player, rising up the draft boards. A lot of Bears fans are really high on Kenneth Grant. He would be a huge impact player on the Chicago Bears defensive line, along with Javon Dexter, Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett, Dayo Odeyingbo. I think this would be the final piece to the puzzle to really complete the Chicago Bears defensive line. Then in round 3, I have the Bears taking edge rusher Kyle Kennard, I'm out of South Carolina. Then wide receiver Trey Harris with the extra third-round pick. Billy Bowman Jr., safety out of Oklahoma, with round 5. In round 7, I have them taking a tight end out of Syracuse. And then the last pick, linebacker Reed out of Utah. But once again, just a hypothetical scenario. If Kenneth Grant, once again, he could even fall maybe a little bit further, maybe in the 20s, maybe 17 would be maybe a reach for Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears to really pull that trigger. But if maybe Kenneth Grant falls into the 20s, maybe the Bears could be aggressive and go get Kenneth Grant, bring him onto the Chicago Bears. Once again, I think he would be an instant impact player under Dennis Allen here in Chicago. And I know it may kind of, upset some Bears fans on today's episode of Keek on the Mic that I'm giving up both second-round picks in order to go up and get Kenneth Grant. But once again, I am looking for day one impact players, no more developmental guys. I want guys that can play right now and help the Bears win right now. So Bears fans, hypothetically, don't kill me too much down below in the comment section. Would you guys be okay with the scenario where you get Ashton Jeanty or Tyler Warren or Will Campbell with the number 10 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft? And then you bottle up those 2 second-round picks and trade up for a guy like Kenneth Grant, defensive lineman out of Michigan. Let me know if you like that scenario, or let me know if you would just stay put and just keep those second-round picks in the 2025 NFL Draft. But other than that, Bears fans, make sure you guys continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Keek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, back for all new Bears podcasts right here on Keek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic.